Ayaw ni Lacson na matanong si Yusek Bernardo. Ulitin ko. Ayaw po ni Senator Lacson na matanong si Yusek Bernardo sa pagkakataong ito. At ang gusto niya lang na matanong ay si Secretary Boying Rimulya. Okay? And then, dito mga kababayan si Bato at ang kanyang mga kasama katulad ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta, nabuking na nila, nabisto na nila yung kanilang diskarte. Yung kanilang modus, mga kababayan, sa pagkakataong ito ay nabulgar na, mga kababayan. Yun mga kababayan, napanood nyo po yung video. Yung video po na unang ipinapanood po namin sa inyo, ito po ay ang pagkompronta nitong si Senator Marcoleta at Senator Bato kay District Engineer Alcantara. Kung napapansin ninyo mga kababayan, yung aksyon po nila, yun yung sinasabi natin doon sa nakaraang video natin na may inabot, may ibinigay si Secretary Rimulya sa kanya na papel na yun yung kanyang binasa na kanyang salaysay. Yun yung script na binasa niya mga kababayan. Dito mga kababayan, kaya kung nakikita nyo yung aksyon nila mga kababayan, pero narinig nyo yung nagsalita. Nung nakita niya na kinakausap ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta at ni Senator Bato, itong si Alcantara, nagsalita siya. Magsimula na tayo. Parang ganon. Sayang ang oras. Narinig nyo yon mga kababayan? Resume na tayo. Sayang ang oras. Mga kababayan, ang ipapapanood po namin sa inyo na video ngayon ay kaugnay nito at kaugnay ng video natin kahapon. Tignan natin. At sa huli, mga kababayan, muli, kayo pa rin po ang magsasabi kung ito ay totoo o hindi, itong obserbasyon natin at itong makikita nyo ngayon sa video, mga kababayan. Dito sa unang video na ipapanood ko po sa inyo, mga kababayan, doon sa pagsisimula ng sesyon, nagtawag yung General Secretary ng mga presente na senador, in-acknowledge kung sino-sino yung mga nandun. And then dito makikita nyo, mga kababayan hinahanap ni Senator Ping Lacson si Yusek Bernardo. Bakit niya hinahanap? Kasi nakita niya doon sa kinauupuan ni Secretary Boying Rimulya, magkatabi sila ni Alcantara, wala doon sa tabi ni Rimulya si Secretary Bernardo. Panoorin natin to para malaman nyo yung sinasabi natin. Panoorin natin to.
The Director General, kindly call the roll.
Your Honor, currently present are Senator Erwin Tulfo, who arrived at 8:09, Senator J.V. Ejercito, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senate President Soto, Senator Lacson, and Senator Gatchalian, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Kindly administer the oath to those who are attending for the first time. Where's Yusek Bernardo? One minute suspension.
Ayan mga kababayan nakita nyo, wala si Yusek Bernardo doon sa tabi ni Rimulya at ni Alcantara, mga kababayan. Ang gusto ni Lacson, doon siya maupo sa tabi ni Rimulya. Katabi nila o magkakatabi sila ni D. Alcantara. Para lang sa ganun, nakadikit lang. Para kung may sasabihin siya, masasabi niya kaagad at matuturuan niya ng dapat niyang gawin. Ito ay obserbasyon natin mga kababayan ha. Sabi ko nga, kayo po ang husga. Ngayon mga kababayan, dito sa susunod na video na mapapanood nyo naman, dito nagkainitan. Opo, nagkainitan. Itong si Senator Marcoleta at si Senator Ping Lacson tungkol dito sa imbitasyon ni Saldico. Kasi kung napapanood ninyo o kung nakikita nyo sa social media mga kababayan, mayroong pong sinabi si Ping Lacson na hindi nila iimbitahan si Saldico sa hearing mga kababayan. At dito mga kababayan, noong tinanong ni Senator Marcoleta si Lacson, tinan nyo yung mga facial expression nila, yung reaksyon ng kanilang mukha. Itong si Senator Ping Lacson, pag tinatanong ito ni Senator Marcoleta, talagang namumutla ito mga kababayan. Hindi mo ma-drawing yung kanyang mukha mga kababayan. Pansinin nyo ito yung mga sinasabi ko. Pagkatapos mga kababayan, sa huli makikita nyo na si Senator Ping Lacson ay pumayag din batay doon sa pagpapaliwanag ni Senator Marcoleta na si Saldico ay maimbitahan sa hearing. Ito, panoorin natin to, panoorin natin.
Yes, Senator Marcoleta is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is in regard to the list of invited guests, Mr. Chair. In the last hearing, I intimated my desire to invite also SunWest, considering that it is the company founded by Congressman Saldico, where his name was also very much floated in this hearing. First, it was mentioned in the sworn statement of the Discayas. It was mentioned by Representative Toby Tiangco, and very lately, he was also mentioned by Engineer Alcantara. I intimated that desire in the last hearing, Mr. Chair. And also, I also ask whether Mr. Chavit Singson will be advised during this very hearing, Mr. Chair. I remember Vice Chair Erwin Tulfo confirmed us and said that he will advise you of this request, Mr. Chair. These are all requested. These are all captured in on page 207 of our transcript, Mr. Chair. So I wonder if the committee had made the invitations properly, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I wasn't informed, Your Honor, but next hearing, we will invite them, definitely.
So, thank you.
Likewise, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
also,
Senator Jerry.
administrative, also if we can invite again Regional Director Panakan kasi medyo malaki po yung napunta sa Mindoro if hindi pa siya sumaharap. Panay Bulacan po kasi, malaki-laki rin po yung nailagay doon. I think a total of 40 billion. And also, si Congressman Toby Tiangco, I think his revelations during the first hearing were very revealing. If he can be invited. Nahiya po siya pumunta. Sabi niya kasi he was not invited. Baka sabihin, epal siya. But I think he can help a lot.
Yes, we will also invite him or ilan ba, JB? Only one?
Ayan, si Toby Tiangco and Panakan and siguro yung mga taga Mindoro.
We'll invite them in the next
Thank you,
hearing.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
So, hindi pala ito ang last hearing natin. Meron pa tayong kasunod na hearing.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And
So-
Mr. Chair, lastly,
Yan.
may I confirm if the chairman made an announcement that Mr. Saldico will not be invited?
Yes, as you know, you have been a congressman for many years. There's what we call interparliamentary courtesy. We do not invite or summon members of Congress in the same manner that they don't invite senators to their hearings. It is up to the congressmen or senators concerned to appear before their inquiries in aid of legislation. That is a tradition.
Yes, Mr.
And
Chair.
that tradition is not accorded to individual members of Congress of either house. It is accorded to the institution.
Yes.
Is that, yeah.
You
Yeah,
will,
but if he is expelled, then we'll invite him. He's no longer a member of Congress.
Representative Chanco was not expelled, Mr. Chair, but
Yes, but
when he was invited,
he is voluntarily appearing before the committee.
yes, but there was an invitation.
No, we did not extend any invitation to
I was the
Representative-
one who invited him
Well,
when I was the chairman.
You can speak for yourself.
Yes, that's why. He can be invited. There is no violation of interparliamentary
Anyway, that's water under the bridge. He will appear, I think, anytime now because he was informed by Senator Ejercito. So can we just proceed? We have a long
Sinasabi ko
day.
po yung tungkol kay Mr. Saldico.
All
Kung
right.
sakaling
All right.
halimbawa nandito siya, we can invite him.
Okay.
Thank you.
No issue there. Okay, so today we will hear the testimony of Mr. or former Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Kindly stand up so your oath will be administered by the Director General of the Bureau.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Thank you. You may take your seat.
Thank you. Are you ready to make your statement?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
You may proceed.
Yun mga kababayan, ikakat ko lang po doon. Dito sa pagkakataong ito, pagmasdan ninyo yung reaksyon nitong si Yusek Bernardo, yung kanyang damdamin ba, habang binabasa niya yung kanyang statement. Mga kababayan, ito tingnan nyo rin yung reaksyon ni Secretary Remulla at ni District Engineer Alcantara, mga kababayan. Bantayan nyo po yung mga reaksyon po nila kasi dito natin malalaman kung ito bang mga ito ay kung ano yung kanilang ginagawa. Ito ba ay sang-ayon sa kanilang kalooban? O ito ay ibinigay lang sa kanila at tila minamanduhan lang sila? Diyan natin malalaman yan, mga kababayan. Bakit ko po inuunahan itong mga sinasabi ko? Kasi may mga comment doon sa comment section natin, mga kababayan. Ang dami ko daw sinasabi. Kaya ako po sinasabing ganito, mga kababayan, para nang sa ganon, habang pinapanood nyo, alam nyo kung ano yung aabangan ninyo. Alam nyo kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin. Kaya namin kayo binibigyan muna ng tinatawag na orientation o kaya briefing. Parang ano to parang briefing sa putok ito Bago pumutok kasi yung mga shooter, binibriefing namin kung ano gagawin. Parang ganon. Para nang sa ganon, alam nyo. Yung iba gusto, ang dami po pang satsat. Papanood mo na yan. Galit na galit. Galit. Ang dami po pang sinasabi. Ganun yung iba Pero salamat po sa inyo. Kahit paano ay napagtsitsagaan nyo po na pinapanood po kami. Ito, tuloy natin yung video. Tuloy natin Yung sinabi ko bantayan nyo. Bantayan nyo. Yan
Dear Senator Lacson and honorable members of the Blue Ribbon Committee, I am Roberto Bernardo, formerly an Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH. I was summoned to appear today before the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and required to testify in connection with its ongoing inquiry in aid of legislation into the reported anomalies in certain DPWH projects, flood control projects. Bago ko po ilahad ang aking nalalaman sa mga bagay na nais tumbukin ng kagalang-galang na Blue Ribbon Committee, ako po ay umaamin sa aking maling nagawa. Ako po ay hindi naging matatag at tapat sa pagpapatupad ng tungkulin na ipinagkatiwala sa akin ng ating pamahalaan at sambayanan. Taus-puso at puno ng pagsisisi na ako po ay humihingi ng kapatawaran sa Diyos, sa ating bansa at mga kababayan, gayon din sa aking pamilya, mga kaibigan at sa lahat ng aking binigo. Nakagawa po ako ng pagkakamali at pinahintulutan ko po ang aking sarili na maging kasangkapan sa pagpapatupad ng isang masamang gawain. Handa po akong gawin ang lahat ng nararapat upang maiwasto ang aking kamalian at maiwasan na ito'y mangyaring muli. I wish to assure the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee of my full cooperation with the investigation. I am submitting an affidavit outlining my knowledge and of and involvement in certain events material to the subject of investigation. Moreover, I will disclose and expound on related incidents within my personal knowledge, mindful not only of the materiality of my testimony, but also of my rights, as well as fearful of what effects my disclosures will have on my family's safety and well-being. I have applied before the Department of Justice for coverage as a state witness under Republic Act number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security and Benefit Act. I hope the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee will find merit in my application and favorably endorse the same to the DOJ. With the assurance of the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee that my rights and benefits under RA 6981 shall be respected, I am prepared to submit the aforesaid affidavit to Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and swear to and testify on the same, with the approval of the Honorable DOJ Secretary on the disclosure thereof for such purposes. The highly sensitive nature of the disclosures made in my affidavit cannot be stressed enough. These deal with involvement in irregularities of 4 senators and 1 congressman, 1 member of a constitutional commission, and 1 undersecretary, seriously undermining public trust in 2 out of 3 branches of our government and a constitutional body, thereby posing a significant threat to our national security as it may lead to political instability, which may weaken the ability of the government to function effectively. 25 of September 2025, Makati City, Metro Manila. And this, Mr. Chair, signed na po ito.
Ayan, stop natin dyan mga kababayan ha. Dito sa susunod na video, itong video na pinapanood nyo po, sumisingit lang po ako pero dire-diretso po yan. Okay? Para maintindihan nyo lang po, hindi natin kinakat. Ako lang po ang nang-iistorbo po sa inyong panonood. Ano po? Dito, mga kababayan, sa susunod na video na mapapanood ninyo, katulad pa rin ng modus ng mga nakaraan. Tingnan nyo to ha. Tingnan nyo to ha. Hindi naman po humihingi ng chance na makapagsalita si Rimulya. Pero tingnan nyo to ha. Tingnan nyo to kung ano gagawin ni Lacson. Katulad nung ginawa niya nung nakaraang hearing, mga kababayan. At dito, makikita nyo na sasabihin na naman ni Rimulya, ganito kasi mayroon na silang mayroon na silang programa na gagawin eh. Ang sasabihin na naman ni Secretary Rimulya rito, i-evaluate. Yan na naman. I-evaluate yung kanyang testimony. At dito mga kababayan ay tignan ninyo yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung reaksyon nitong si Alcantara, mga kababayan, tuloy natin.
Okay. May we hear from Secretary Remulla since he mentioned about his application for admission into the program?
Your Honor, we will have to evaluate his statements in relation to all the other testimonies that we have gathered in the DOJ and in the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Mga kababayan, nakakita nyo yung sinasabi natin? Pero tinanggap, uulitin ko sa bahaging yon. Pagmasdan ninyong mabuti yung mukha ni D.E. Alcantara. Tinan nyo. Ulitin natin sa bahaging yon.
His statements in relation to all the other testimonies that we have gathered in the DOJ and in the Blue Ribbon Committee.
I-stop ko po muna doon mga kababayan. Kaya ko po pinaulit yan, o kaya ko po inuulit yan, yung video na yan. Kasi, tinan nyo to ang punto rito mga kababayan, hindi maiiwasan talaga. Hindi maiiwasan talaga na kabahan ka. Okay? Pero dito sa reaksyon, kilos, itsura, nitong si Alcantara mga kababayan, hindi mapakali ito. Parang wala sa kanyang sarili at parang lagi siyang natatakot. Parang nababalutan siya ng matinding takot. Mga kababayan. Parang meron siyang nagawa na pinagsisisihan niya ng malaki. Yun ay, yan ang basa namin dyan, mga kababayan. Kayo po, ano kaya ang pakiramdam ninyo? Ano ang reaksyon ninyo? Paki-comment nga po dyan sa baba. Dito sa nakikita nyo ngayon, kay D.E. Alcantara. Totoo kaya yung sinasabi po namin? Mga kababayan? Dito, mga kababayan, sa susunod na video na mapapanood po natin, dito po, mga kababayan, babasahin na po ni Yusek Bernardo yung kanyang salaysay. Tinan nyo to ha. Pagkatapos na mabasa yung unang bahagi ng statement ni Yusek Bernardo at nagsalita na si Rimulya, susunod na magsasalita si Soto. Ano sasabihin niya? Para alam nyo yung mga abangan ninyo. Pwede ba na basahin mo na yung statement mo, kulang na lang pwede bang basahin mo na yung script na binigay namin sa iyo? Para marinig ng lahat, parang gano'n eh. Okay? And then dito mga kababayan, sisingit si Lacson dito. Kunwari, kasama mo ba yung council mo? Mga gano'n ang tirada dyan mga kababayan. At tingnan nyo mabuti to ha. Bantayan nyo yung mga mahaba-haba ito mga kababayan, pero pagtsagaan yung mabuti, pero marami po kayong malalaman dito. Yung ikinanta niya rito at inilaglag nitong si Yusek Bernardo dito mga kababayan.
The Senate President.
Mr. Chairman, yeah. We would like to listen to your sworn affidavit, if you have one, or an affidavit that you will swear to complete the disclosure that you're talking about. Otherwise, those are mere general statements. Please, thank you.
Yes, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, may I be allowed to read the
Yes, you may proceed, Yusek Bernardo.
affidavit? I, Roberto R. Bernardo, Filipino, of legal age, a resident of Malolo City, Bulacan, under oath, depose and state. In connection with the ongoing Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigations, I intend to submit this affidavit which provides details of my knowledge about matters within my jurisdiction relating to flood control projects when I was still serving as Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways. This affidavit lays out details.
Sorry, excuse me. You have your counsel now with you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
po, Mr.
on
Chair.
record. Okay.
This affidavit lays out details of the involvement of legislators as well as other government officials with a commitment on my part to expand these disclosures as my best recollection of facts and records may serve. Number three, since the received an invitation to appear in these proceedings, I began collating, vetting, and consolidating all written communications, documents, tables, and matrices and lists in my possession, the retrieval of which has been difficult since I retired from public service last August 2025. With the benefit of more time and greater freedom to access files, I am confident that I can provide even more material and relevant evidences that would clarify the issues once and for all. Number four, more importantly, I am executing and submitting this affidavit with my full and absolute consent as an integral part of my application to be admitted under the Witness Protection Program through the favorable recommendations of the Honorable Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Ping Lacson, and the Honorable Senate President, Tito Soto, under Section 4, as well as Section 10 of Republic Act Number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security, and Benefit Act before the Department of Justice. I attest and confirm that the names, dates, and transactions mentioned hereunder are based on my direct personal knowledge and have ample documentary support where necessary or desirable if given full opportunity to retrieve the same. Background facts. I earned my bachelor's degree in Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in 1984. I am a registered civil engineer by profession. In the year 1985, I began my 40-year stint in the DPWH as a laborer. I then climbed the ranks through the years as Associate Civil Engineer, Engineer 2, Engineer 3, and as Assistant District Engineer, Assistant Regional Director. I then became Assistant Regional Director, CESO4, sometime in 2012, until my appointment as Assistant Secretary in 2016. I finally became Undersecretary more than a year later and remained such until my retirement on August 2025. I met former District Engineer Henry Alcantara during my assignment in the Laguna 2nd District Engineering Office. Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Bryce Hernandez, Engineer J.P. Mendoza, and Engineer Algie Jumasig all belong to the Bulacan 1st DEO. 2020-2040 scheme. Sometime after the State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. in July 2025, and while I was already on sick leave, I heard from Secretary Bunoan for the first time that Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were engaged in contracting activities using the licenses of other contractors. Subsequently, Engineer Hernandez confirmed this arrangement through one of the legislative hearings and by other contractors whose license they used. According to Bryce Hernandez, their sharing is 20-40% from these activities. My understanding is that they had prepared and signed documents for purposes of collecting payments, which they then apportioned the profits amongst themselves. However, I must admit that I have no personal knowledge on the exact actions they took to accomplish this scheme, and I can only be asked general questions on the systems in place that would have allowed this modus operandi to happen. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these business activities, which were entirely done by Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig on their own. Ghost projects. At about the same time, after the 2025 SONA, I also heard for the first time that aside from the 2020-2040 scheme, were flood control projects, ghost projects, for which Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were also responsible. These were confirmed later by Secretary Bunaan during a separate legislative hearings. I called up Engineer Alcantara to ask him about these flood control ghost projects. He denied any participation. Subsequently, he likewise told me that he even convened the officers of Bulacan First DEO to confront them about these ghost projects, and that some officers, it was Engineer Hernandez, who was the primary person responsible for the same. In the exact words of Engineer Alcantara, si Bryce po yan. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these flood control ghost projects. Congressman Zaldico. My personal knowledge regarding Congressman Zaldico are set out as follows. Congressman Zaldico one time called me to say that he met Engineer Alcantara and wanted to confirm, maayos bang kausap si Engineer Alcantara? To which I replied, maayos po. Engineer Alcantara then told me that Kong Zaldico was asking for a 25% commission, and out of that amount, 2% was to be shared equally between Engineer Alcantara and myself. In his exact words, boss, hati na tayo sa 2%. Furthermore, Engineer Alcantara would tell me every time that he made deliveries of cash to Congressman Zaldico in compliance with his commitment to Congressman Zaldico. In this affidavit, I shall mention my personal knowledge regarding Senator Chis Escudero as follows. Maynard Ngu and I are close friends, and we go years back. He is also a close friend and campaign contributor of Senator Chis Escudero. Maynard Ngu asked me to submit a list of projects. I personally submitted a list of projects to Maynard Ngu, and some of the items therein pertaining to Valenzuela and Marinduque projects were subsequently included in the General Appropriations Act. A copy of the list of Valenzuela and Marinduque projects is here to attach to this affidavit as Annex A. When I gave him the list and in relation to the commitment, I asked him, boss, paano to? Maynard replied, bahala ka na. I asked, boss, okay na ba ang 20%? Maynard said, okay. After inclusion of the projects in the GAA, I delivered 20% of approximately 800 million or about 160 million to Maynard Ngu, which was meant for Senator Escudero. Finally, I would like to add that deliveries of cash were personally made to me, by me, to Maynard Ngu at his office in Manila. I confirm that Commissioner Lipana requested that he be referred to officers of DPW's Bulacan First DEO. I referred to Engineer Bryce Hernandez. I have no personal knowledge if they were able to secure a project in Bulacan First DEO. Furthermore, and subject to possible referral to an executive session upon the approval of the Honorable Chairman, I attest to the broader systemic issues in DPWs that are widespread. My statements hereunder are based on personal knowledge and direct interactions with the personalities involved with great risk to my safety and that of my family members. I confirm the following. Yusek Traigib Olivar of DepEd. Yusek Trigiv Olaybar used to work for Senator Ramon Bong Revilla and Senator Sani Angara before his appointment as Yusek for the Department of Education. Sometime 2010, I met for the first time Yusek Olaybar, who was then working in the office of Senator Bong Revilla. Later, I learned that he transferred to the office of Senator Edgardo Angara and then later to Senator Sani Angara. Sometime 2024, Yusek Olaybar personally called me for a meeting to discuss about unprogrammed appropriations, supposedly for the office of the Executive Secretary. In the said meeting, he requested me to submit a list of projects. After the meeting, I asked Bulacan First DEO to prepare a list of projects for funding. Thereafter, Engineer Alcantara submitted a list of projects worth 2.85 billion. Here to attach as Annex B is a list of those projects. Subsequently, I submitted this list to Yusek Olaybar. Yusek Olaybar told me that the commitment is 15%. In his words, boss, 15 yan. Thereafter, the DPWH received a special allotment release order for 2.85 billion for the projects listed in Annex B. Engineer Alcantara, from time to time, would collect and deliver the agreed 15% commitment to me, which I delivered or caused to be delivered to Yusek Olaybar in Magallanes, Makati, and other places.
Kinakabahan pa eh.
Senator Ramon Bong Revilla. Sometime in the year 2024, Senator Revilla and I met where I gave him a list of projects given to me by Engineer Alcantara. Senator Revilla asked for a commitment, which I suggested. Then he approved at 25% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex C. I relayed the 25% commitment to Engineer Alcantara and told him that Senator Revilla will appreciate additional contributions for his senatorial re-election bid. Engineer Alcantara collected the 25% commitment, or about 125 million, which was turned over to me and then delivered to Senator Revilla in his house in Cavite. Senator Nancy Binay. Sometime in the year 2024, Carlin Villa, a staff of trusted confidant of Senator Binay, called me and asked for a commitment which was set at 15% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex D. I relayed the 15% commitment to Engineer Alcantara. Engineer Alcantara collected 15% commitment, or about 37 million, which was turned over to me, and which I then delivered to Senator Binay at a house in Quezon City. Given the complexities of the transactions and personalities involved, I humbly reserve the right to submit a supplementary affidavit if warranted in the premises. I attest to the truth of the foregoing statements based on my personal knowledge and authentic records. In witness or hope, I will be affixing my signature this day of September 2025 here. Mr. Chair.
Yeah, kindly sign your affidavit in the presence of everybody.
Yan ha, mga kababayan. Pipirmahan niya yan ha.
Here, Mr. Chair, I have already signed it.
Eto mga kababayan, stop muna natin dyan. Eto ha, tinan nyo to mga kababayan. Hindi naman humihingi, katulad nun dati, nung napanood nyo, mga kababayan, pagkatapos basahin nitong si Yusek Bernardo, yung kanyang statements, tinan nyo dito ha, hindi naman humihingi si Secretary Remulla na siya ay magsalita, pero i-recognize siya ni Senator Ping Lacson katulad ng dati nilang ginagawa sa mga una na nagbasa ng kanilang mga script o salaysay, mga kababayan. Eto, panoorin nyo yung video ha, panoorin nyo.
For the record, you signed the same affidavit that you read, no?
Yes po,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Maraming salamat, Yusek. Secretary Remulla is recognized.
Ayan.
Your Honor, after hearing his affidavit and his willingness to disclose all other details about the transactions that happened under his watch, may I respectfully ask the committee to allow the DOJ to have an evaluation of Mr. Bernardo immediately. This matter has to be done because of the gravity of the situation and the fact that we may have to really work overtime on legal matters that are needed, or on necessary legal matters, so that we can preserve the monies and other things that are involved in this discussion.
Thank you, Secretary Remulla.
Stop ko muna ron, mga kababayan ha. Stop ko muna ron. Nakita nyo yung reaksyon ng mukha ni D. Alcantara at katulad ng sinasabi ko na nirecognize siya para magsalita siya. Kailangan daw i-evaluate ito. Kailangan dalhin sa DOJ, magsampa ng kaso, and then i-evaluate natin yung kanyang binasang salaysay. Katulad din po, mga kababayan, ng mga nangyari nung nakaraan kung napanood nyo yung unang video natin sa pagbubuking, mga kababayan. Dito, mga kababayan, sa susunod na video na mapapanood nyo, di ba dapat pagkatapos magsalita si Yusek Bernardo ay magtatanong yung mga senador base sa kanyang salaysay? Pero dito pansinin nyo to, mga kababayan. Ayaw ni Lacson na matanong si Yusek Bernardo. Ulitin ko. Ayaw po ni Senator Lacson na matanong si Yusek Bernardo sa pagkakataong ito. At ang gusto niya lang na matanong ay si Secretary Boying Remulla. Okay? And then, dito mga kababayan si Bato at ang kanyang mga kasama katulad ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta, nabuking na nila, nabisto na nila yung kanilang diskarte. Yung kanilang modus, mga kababayan, sa pagkakataong ito ay nabulgar na, mga kababayan. Kaya tignan ninyo, si Senator Bato, sisingit dyan at magsasalita. Bakit hindi natin matanong mga ganon? Siguro, mas maganda, mga kababayan, panoorin natin to para alam nyo yung sinasabi natin. Totoo ba yan? Tuloy natin yung video.
Will you be open to answer some questions addressed to the Secretary of Justice before you leave?
Ayan,
Just like the last time?
Yan
Not to Yusek Bernardo, but to the Secretary for some clarificatory questions. I mean, to the Secretary of DOJ, not to the affiant. Because you have to bring him back after lunch, no? Not to you, but Secretary Remulla. Will you be willing to, not Yusek Bernardo? I'm referring my question to Secretary Remulla. If you're willing to accommodate just a few questions from the members, if they're
Yes, Your Honor. Of
okay.
course, Your Honor.
So we'll start with whoever. Senator Erwin Tulfo is first on the list. Kindly limit your questions to, in the meantime, no, to Secretary Remulla. Mamaya na lang yung kay Undersecretary Bernardo.
Tingnan nyo to dito yung sinasabi ko. Ito na yung sinasabi ko, panoorin nyo mga kababayan.
Meron. Anybody? You have some questions?
The same naman lang rin, Mr. Chair, na pag alis ni Secretary Remulla, alis din si Bernardo, baka pwedeng magtanong na kay Bernardo.
Hindi. Ang kasunduan natin, balik na lang. Kasi hahaba And they have work to do. So we are accommodating them in the same manner that we accommodated Alcantara, Engineer Alcantara, to be brought immediately to the DOJ for evaluation, for some procedure. Then after that, we can have all the time in the world. Maski hanggang madaling araw kung gusto mong tanongin si Yusek Bernardo.
Sir, pero ito, for the benefit of general questions na
we're
sana.
just postponing. We're not rejecting your request to propound questions.
Kasi sa akin kasi, sir, pag sabi niya ngayon dito, diretso kagad file ng kaso sa DOJ without us giving the benefit na makapagtanong man lang kung...
Sige.
I think the thing is that the Department of Justice, as much as possible, would like to evaluate first. They will not file any cases against anyone.
But subsequently, filing of cases will follow. Kung sana naman bago siya makonsider doon, dito muna sa atin. Dahil sa atin niya nilahad yung statement niya, so hindi naman niya nilahad sa DOJ, sa atin muna. So sana makapagtanong tayo bago natin turn over sa DOJ for their consideration.
Reaksyon ni Soto. Tinan nyo.
Mr. Chair, I think the point...
Hearing is suspended.
Hearing is suspended na naman, mga kababayan. Nakita nyo? mga kababayan ha, yung unang video na in-upload ko tungkol dito sa pagkakabuking, ito part 2 ito mga kababayan ha, nakita natin. Ito, hindi po ako nagsasabi rito na ito totoo ha. Kayo po ang huhusga mga kababayan. Kayo po ang magsasabi, kayo magdidesisyon. Kung yung ating obserbasyon, yung ating pananaw tungkol sa bagay na ito na nangyayari sa Senate hearing ng Blue Ribbon, yung mga ginagawa nila Soto, Rimulya at Lacson, at kasama dyan si Erwin Tulfo, kung totoo o hindi. Mga kababayan, bueno mga kababayan, hanggang dyan lang yung aming mai-share sa inyo. Mag-comment naman po kayo mga kababayan sa baba at magbigay naman po kayo ng inyong mga reaksyon para malaman namin kung ano po yung pulso ng ating mga kababayan. Muli po, ang inyong lingkod, Just Vlog, bumabati po sa inyo Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao at sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan dyan sa abroad. Sa lahat po ng mga kapatid naming sumusubaybay po sa amin, maraming salamat po sa inyong mga patuloy na pagsuporta sa ating programa.